Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we've got Papa Pixelit playing the Tier 10 Royal Navy destroyer Daring. Matchmaking, well, it's challenging. Anytime you get a CV and you're in a destroyer, it's going to be challenging. And in addition to that, you can see that there's a healthy helping of radar to contend with. Worcester, Moskva, Petropavlovsk. And in terms of enemy destroyers, you've got a Gearing and a Summers to contend with. Shima always represents, of course, a torpedo threat. But you can't ignore the guns on the Shima. If it's spec'd properly, it's got a fantastic detection radius. It can get close, and particularly if you're already banged up, the guns hit very hard and have very flat trajectories, making it easy to put shells on target. The Shima and to a large extent, most of the high-tier destroyers in that line have terrible turret traverse and reload, but the guns themselves are pretty powerful, and they're often ignored for that reason when really they are a very effective tool. And then, of course, Holland, with torpedoes that move at the speed of light, and a heel. Marceau is pushing up with Papa Pixelit toward the Charlie Cap. Now, one of the beauties of the Royal Navy line is that you have a lot of smoke. They don't last very long, but you have a lot of them, and the cooldown is really not all that bad. Now, there was a Worcester out there, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Hakuryu is pushing in close. You can see the AA going to work. Petropavlovsk is he's moving this way, just not all that quickly. So 27, so it's debatable whether or not he's going to need the smoke here, and whether he'd even want to do it. With Worcester, if Worcester is pushing closer, smoke isn't going to really help. Hakuryu's got torpedo planes coming. I'm not sure if I would smoke here or not. Maybe as a last resort, but with 9 seconds to go, I think I'd probably just run. The cap is secure. Yeah, that's it. So now it's just a question of staying out of radar range, and I think we're probably going to see Papa moving away here. Nope, he's smoked up and is opening up with the guns. Now you can see he's already in radar range of the Worcester, and will be soon of the Moskva. So I expect one or the other of them to... We know we got a DD out there. I couldn't count how many with the view swiveling like that. Somebody might just be positioning to get off some shots before radaring. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't already seen a radar, honestly. You can see the Shima is what's out here. And Papa throws torpedoes out just to discourage anyone poking their nose around that island. Marceau is almost completely banged up. There's the radar that I was talking about. And Shima is in trouble at this point. You can see his engines are out. Marceau goes down to guns from the Shima. So kudos to that Shima captain. So many times they just ignore the guns. But I think this is going to be it for Shima. Just going to need to land one more shell, maybe two. Shima riding the map edge there, making it a little bit challenging to aim. And Stalingrad finishes him off. Doing a little bit of wiggling here, trying to mitigate damage. Don't think he's going to catch Worcester, no. And that's it for radar. Get the heel working. Sorry for the background noise. Okay, so we have a little bit of time before the enemy radar is back up. Taking a look at the big picture, Good guys have lost to Yamato just now, and the Marceau, which we saw. Bad guys have lost to Shima. That Worcester pushing around this corner, well, he's relatively safe. Don't think I would have opened with guns here. Might have waited on the torpedoes on the Moskva, but probably has a little bit of time before the next radar's up. But you got 3 radar cruisers right here. There it is. Risky to smoke up in front of radar cruisers always, and when there are 3 of them, and I think there were only 2 radars initially. Somebody had one waiting. I'd get the torps out, but looks like our hero's going to hang on to them for a little while. Try to get out of detection range. Worcester backed up to try to get shots on him, or to avoid the GK that's pushing in on the other side, or both. And now the torpedoes are out. Now the Worcester's radar is up. That doesn't last all that long, but I think we can expect our hero to get banged up a little bit here.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Yeah.
Fire!
So the good guys are down 4 ships, bad guys are only down 1. Good guys just got, well, they just got stomped on the other side of the map, and really kind of on this side of the map. I think we had GK that YOLO'd. Yeah, well, 2 really. That one isn't dead yet, but I imagine he won't be alive much longer, because he's pushing into a crossfire. Right? I mean, the farther north he goes, the more red ships are going to be able to target his broadside. He's going to get away from these cruisers, and, well, he does manage to drag down the crew first. But he's going to get away from these cruisers and just run into more ugly stuff. So, bad guys are down 2 ships, 3 ships. Good guys are down 5 ships. This is not over, but it doesn't look good. And that guy's talking about a loser team. Well, your YOLO didn't help, buddy. Now, I'd be the first one to admit that German battleships can be effective and close, but holy cow. We're still in radar range of 3 cruisers. Now I think that's a hydro there. Hakuryu is pushing in. Petro's probably just sitting, literally just waiting with his guns pointed this way. Yeah, torpedoes were for the Stalingrad. Now, if Papa can avoid this first blast, which he did, he can get some torpedoes at point blank range here, and that could be very effective. In fact, he might finish the Petro here. He survived that. Yeah, that should do it for the Petro. Great job. Yeah, just run right in, survive the initial blasts, and well, there's still a lot of radar to contend with. Now it goes down. You can see where the enemy CV is at now. Looks like Papa's positioning to be able to get guns on Worcester, but it'll be dangerous to use those guns without a smoke, because hit point wise, 1 good salvo from one of these cruisers and that can be it. There's the radar. Gotta hope Worcester stays focused on this Stalingrad. Now, if you've been paying attention, bad guys are now down 5 ships, good guys are down 6, and this game's looking a lot closer. Moskva's sitting there broadside, and he's got his guns pointed the other way. Hakuryu is pushing right toward our hero. There's another radar. CB's putting some torpedoes in the water. Worcester's pushing up around the corner. But he's not going to be in time. And I think if you just run straight here, we can torpedo the CB. Holy cow, that's a lot of dizzying camera shifting. If I've never mentioned, well, I know I probably have. I like to use, there's a single key that'll zoom you all the way out and all the way back in. I like to use that as much as possible. And HE is going to work. Pretty saturated on the nose now. Probably move a little farther back. And torpedoes are up. That's it for the CV. He is going to die. He's going to die here. Nicely done. Kaboom. Down he goes.
We sank an enemy aircraft carrier.
And now, the bad guys are down 7 ships, and the good guys, well, they're only down 6. I think that was Moskva's radar that popped a little bit ago. Stalingrad is still alive behind him. So, now he's in hydro range. And there's the Moskva. Got to survive this blast. Maybe the front guns will get caught on the island. Yeah, they did. And the Stali behind him just punishes that Moskva. And now the good guys have 6 ships, bad guys only have 4. Now the bad guys still have a lead, but that's been on the back of the fact that they've held more caps for a longer period of time. And Summers is still a definite threat out there, and a Holland, and we're not sure where those are. You can see our hero here angling up against a possible torpedo threat, trying to make as much use of the island as he can. Alright everybody, grab the ice coolers, let's jump out, have a little barbecue. Alright, back on the ship and back to work. And it looks like Papa's going to try and help finish off the Summers. And that's risky because the guns on the Summers are very good. Securing this cap though, that's going to help. That's going to go a long way toward helping put this game in the W column. Stali can get shots on Summer, that's going to help. Looks like Summers must have smoked. Well, I thought he must have smoked because he wasn't detected there for a second, but maybe it's just the Midway planes moving around. That might do it for Summers. Oh, that was close. Not quite enough lead on those shells. Hydro is active, and Stali takes out the Summers. Hydro is active, and that's probably a really good idea. Because there may very well be torpedoes headed this way, and not only will that help Pixelit avoid them, but it will help the Stali to avoid them if they can be detected just that much sooner. In terms of points, well, and there they are. Now hopefully the Stalingrad can avoid these torpedoes. Looks like he'd already turned to be able to do that. And now Papa Pixelit can head toward the Alpha Cap. So there's a Stalingrad, well, moving right with Papa Pixelit, and another Stalingrad out on the flank. There's a friendly Summers out there, and our hero, in addition to the friendly Midway. The bad guys are in big trouble. There's 6 minutes left in the game, and I think every advantage now lies firmly with the good guys. They hold 2 caps to the enemy's 1. They've got more ships, still have their aircraft carrier, and they've got 2 destroyers to 1 destroyer on the bad guys' team. Barring a minor miracle, I don't see any way that the bad guys come back from this. Still a minute and a half on the hydro. That's a big help, especially against Holland. Those torps on the Holland are so fast that even if you are good and in a ship that wiggles well, it can be very hard to avoid those torpedoes if they're on a track to hit you. Thunderer looks like he may be heading for the Bravo cap. 5 minutes left in the game. Kurfürst, is he going to turn in here? Or is he going to keep his nose to the Stali on the outside? Well, if Kurfürst didn't have hydro up before, probably does now. I can't fault anybody for smoking up and trying to get damage rather than taking the chance that maybe the torpedoes would hit. But the torpedoes now will certainly miss, and yeah, it looks like that he's gonna get sunk. There he goes. Nicely done. So Papa Pixelit basically scared him into running the other direction. Summers, you can see Summers torpedoes as well. Got him to turn broadside with the threat of torpedoes, and that may have been the intention all along. And the Stalingrad sitting out there was able to finish him off. Stalingrad guns are no joke. So we're looking just shy of 105,000 damage right now. 3 kills, 6 torpedoes landed on target, 13 aircraft shot down, 162 shells on target, 3 fires, a couple of caps. Great game, Papa Pixelit. Great game. And I think this is in the bag for the good guys here. Holland is so far out of really being able to do it. He's probably just going to try and chase down the CV, would be my guess. But the CV will probably spot him and make that difficult to do.
Victory is in sight.
Just chipping away at that Thunderer. Thunderer is showing broadside to the Stalingrad, not showing him any respect at all. Let's start an angle up now, but too late. And that, ladies and gentlemen, seals the deal. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left for the good guys to finish off the Holland, but I expect that's going to come in the not too distant future. Summers with good guns, Daring with good guns, and a Midway that's still alive that's going to be helping to spot. Yeah, good point, Papa. And it was a nice comeback. It was a great game. You played an excellent game, my friend. That was really fun to watch. Thanks a lot for sending the replay file. I hope to see more from you. Really, really well played. Those of you joining me, I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed watching our hero succeed. Thanks a bunch for spending some time with me. Really appreciate that. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.